Microphone is on. Okay, I think we should be good now, Vanessa. I come back here to the podcast, and then Vanessa, I'm going to bring you on.
Hello.
Vanessa. Okay,
Hello. Hello, everybody.
you know we need our pictures. Oh, so someone for me, please clear the chat. Hit the dots. Don't put anything after the dots, ladies. Hit the dots for me. I know if and someone tagged Nurse Aurora. So someone out there who has my phone number or on the gram or on Vanessa's gram, if you wouldn't mind, thank you, Dawn. Come on in. Take a picture for us. Get ready, Vanessa. I'm ready today. My hair, my bare minerals, I'm ready. Okay, we're gonna do two, okay? You ready, Vanessa?
Okay.
Smile
I'm
for the
ready.
camera. Okay, we got it?
Okay. Did somebody get it?
Okay, so let's do. I'm gonna make you big, Vanessa. I'm gonna make me
Okay.
small. Okay, let's do it
All
again,
right.
Vanessa.
Oh, again? All right. Okay.
Clear the chat for me, ladies, please, so we can get a nice picture in. Thank you, ladies. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be a supermodel. Okay, you ready? Okay, hopefully we got it. All right, Vanessa.
Okay.
Let's pull
All right, Blondie.
let's pull up a chair, Vanessa, and let's
Okay,
get
I got my
ready.
chair.
Okay, Vanessa, let me know, and ladies in the chat, is my music too loud? Because I feel like I'm screaming at you. Is it too loud, Vanessa?
No, I can barely hear it.
Okay. And I'm going to do something special for you, Vanessa.
Oh, good.
I hope. You
Okay.
know I'm a hot mess, so I hope I do this right. So, Vanessa, I'm going to start by asking you the first question, and I'm going to play a song. I hope, Vanessa. That's all I can say. I hope.
Is it Marky Mark?
Vanessa, you just going to tell all my business? Is that what it is, Vanessa? You just going to tell all my
I knew
business?
it. I knew it
I'm trying.
because it changed your life. I mean, it rocked your entire world. It
Every
back.
show I go in, I ask them did they know. I need to find out if I'm the only one who did not know Mark Wahlberg was Marky Mark. I cannot be the only one.
Nurse Aurora didn't know. Remember when we rated her show? She didn't know.
She didn't know. I feel good about that. So while I'm looking,
Yeah, and the other person in the chat, I can't remember who that was. They didn't know either.
so of course I'm trying to find Mark because I don't have a speaker on this one. I wish I did. I don't have a speaker on this particular one. So Vanessa, I'm gonna ask you the first question, and you dive into it, and then while I'm looking for Marky Mark. So first question, Vanessa, is thank you so much for agreeing to be in the hot seat. The podcast reboot. I appreciate you, friend. I've been knowing Vanessa about a year now.
Yes.
About a year.
Yep.
I ran into Vanessa. I don't know if it was a share show. I don't know how I bumped into you, Vanessa. It may have been through Court Jones because I want to give credit where credit's due. I can't remember. So it's either through Court Jones or maybe it was on one of my share shows. But however it was, we've now connected. Vanessa agreed to jump on the Meet Another Posher. Lady, she was shocked. She thought it was going to be a nice casual show.
That was crazy.
I bossed her around. So Vanessa, go ahead. I'm gonna give you the platform now. Go ahead and let us know. My first question is: give us a bit about you. Who are you? And then jump into what brought you to Posh and is keeping you on Posh while I look for Marky Mark. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's actually start with Meet the Posher. So we'll start there, and then I'll talk a little bit about your questions.
Okay.
I had known Blondie for a while, but I think she had done Meet the Posher a couple times that I watched, but she was just ready for me that day. So she ran me all around my Posh room. I mean, all over the place. She was having me put outfits together. She was having me put belts with them. And then she had the combat boots. She said, well, Vanessa, that would look a lot better if you had some combat boots. And I had actually just sourced some combat boots the day before, and I just happened to have them. And I think even Blondie was surprised I had the combat boots. So, I mean, I was sweating by the end of it. That was a crazy experience, but at the end of the day, I'm really glad I did it. So for all of you that are considering doing that with Blondie, be ready, get lots of sleep the night before. have your posh room in order, but it's worth it. I met a lot of people, and I'm richer for the experience. So, a little bit about me. I've been on Posh for a couple of years now. I started doing lives just about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit less than that. Um, I started on Posh by just selling things out of my personal closet. So I have 4 children. I have 2 teenagers, and then I have 2 young boys. So between that, in that window of 6+ years, I lost a ton of weight. So I was down to a size 2. And so I've always loved looking for beautiful clothing at great deals. And before I knew about Posh, I was hitting all the department stores looking for the clearance items, looking for some of those fabulous brands that they were marking down. And it was just one of my passions. So when I wasn't working, that's what I was doing. And then, I didn't belong in a size 2. So I gained some weight, and then I had 2 more children who are now 6 and 8. So I started selling the clothes that were sizes 2, 4, and 6 out of my personal closet. And we're talking about, premium brands, Hugo Boss, Ted Baker, I mean, you name it, the top of the line Michael Kors. These are the kind of items that I was selling. So that's how I started on Posh, was just clearing that out. And then I stumbled into a live show.
Vanessa, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
1 second. I'm getting feedback from you.
Yeah, I just have one device on, so I don't know why.
So thank you, Beth. Yes, I was hearing the feedback, and so I didn't know if there was feedback before I brought Vanessa on, or not. So okay, Vanessa, let's do a sound check.
Okay.
I'm
Can you
having
guys
a
hear me?
little trouble hearing you, so I turned my music down to make sure that it's I don't want it to be on my end that I can't hear you. So ladies, let us know. We're doing a sound check. Are you able to hear, and put it in the chat? Are you able to hear Vanessa and myself both? If you're not, let us know what's happening so we can just get it together. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Vanessa. And I'm gonna turn
Yeah,
it. I have the
I hear the
marquee marks
feedback
on, but I'm
too.
gonna turn it down a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I hear the feedback too, Blondie. Like I can hear myself talking, but I only have one device on right now. So do you have the show on in 2 places? Is it from that?
So Lisa Lou came on last week and she said because she used an earpiece, that minimizes the distraction because of the earpiece.
Okay.
So you keep talking, ladies. I apologize. Keep talking, Vanessa. I'm going to go and grab my earpiece and see if that'll help minimize the feedback. So you keep going.
Okay, but do you have your volume on 2 devices? You might just mute one of the devices, and that could be the problem. Because that could be where the feedback is coming from. If on your iPad.
It will. Okay, let me try this.
Okay.
It will only let me mute on the main device. So
Okay.
Can you hear me? But I can't hear you now. Okay,
You
what
can't,
about?
you can't mute on the iPad?
Because it's not really on. I'm just looking at the show. Let me try turning the show off.
Okay.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, is there still feedback? Yeah, I can still hear myself.
I can hear yourself.
Hmm.
What about now?
Is there feedback now? Yeah, there's still feedback.
So okay, so yeah, so Lisa Lou let us know last week by putting an earpiece on. She had an earpiece and we didn't get the feedback. So
Okay.
only thing I can do. Yeah, the only thing I'm logged into the app. What are you logged into, Vanessa?
I'm logged into my phone, and that's it, through the app.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try. So you keep talking. I'm
Okay.
going to go and get my earpiece and see if that changes things.
Perfect.
Okay, so you keep talking.
Okay. So anyway, I started selling out of my personal closet, and then I stumbled into a live show. Um, was, you know, amazed at the prices and the products that people were selling. This was probably a year and a half ago that I did that. Just made some great friends and started really, um, meeting some wonderful people on the platform. And it's just grown from there. So I started sourcing, and, I fell in love with Posh. I was working and poshing when I wasn't working, maybe poshing when I was working, kind of doing that thing that we all do a little bit. And, probably about 6 months ago, I took a little bit of a step back with work. And yeah,
Vanessa, 1 second. Okay, let me try this, ladies, because I can still hear your feedback. I'm going to go. You keep talking, Vanessa, but I'm going to go away for a second because I need to connect my earpiece to the iPod. But you should be fine. They should still be able to hear you. Okay.
okay,
Okay.
sounds
So
good.
you keep going.
Okay, I'll keep going. Uh, I love everything. I love contemporary. I love boho. I love athleisure. And when I go and source, I'm really looking at the fabric. I'm looking at the brands because I do have a knack for brands and brand identity, and knowing it's not just about the brand, but it's about the quality of the brand. So, and knowing why it's a good brand, whether it's something that I had in my personal closet in the past or that I just had exposure to in some way. And you know, it's been a great ride. Again, I've met some amazing people. I have some wonderful friends here in the chat. Probably about 6, 7 months ago, I started on the Besties train that Bougie Bogart put together. Bougie has done a phenomenal job putting trains together in the past. She and I have been great friends since I started on Posh, and started on one of her trains, and it just took off from there. So the Besties train has taken different iterations. Um, Bougie, unfortunately, her work has really taken over. So she wasn't able to continue doing the trains any longer. We all took a beat. And then Zalika, Pure Heartcraft, and I decided to kind of, pick it up and work on rebranding it and do a train every Thursday. So, why not? I mean, I've seen so many trains out there on the Posh streets, and I know it's possible. And I know that the people that we've pulled together
So,
have
so
amazing
Vanessa,
products.
Vanessa, of
Yes.
course, I had to jump in because now you're getting into my tea. We're gonna talk about that later. You have been reading my mind, and you're getting into my tea. That we're gonna spill the tea about the trains in a little bit. That's our spill the tea subject, just in case you
Okay.
ladies were wondering. So we're gonna get into that. But let me back up for half a second on something that you were saying. Um,
Yeah.
you came on Posh because you were selling things because you started losing weight. So
Yeah.
let me just ask this of you: Are you, and hopefully it's not too personal, but are you
Sure.
like a six-figure seller? Are you bringing in six figures?
My brain. No, I'm not bringing in six figures.
Okay,
No.
so you're not bringing in six figures. So tell me this: Is this a hobby, or not because of the six figures, but I'm just transitioning? Is this a hobby or is this your business? And because you're not necessarily bringing in six figures, why do you keep doing it? Why do you show up every night, Vanessa? Why are you showing up on trains if this is really not your cash cow? Talk to us about that, because I'm sure there are other ladies who feel the same way. Well, I'm not a six figure. Do I keep going? What do I do? What is your experience with that, Vanessa?
So I'm building my business. Of course, I would like to be there, but got to make sure I can buy groceries and pay rent, right? So that's one of the things I'm doing with being out there on the Posh streets, getting to know more people, making sure that I'm doing all the things, sharing out my closet, that I'm sourcing as much as I need to, that I'm running things at great deals, that I'm marketing myself, that I'm being consistent going on during the times that I tell everybody that I'm on. I think consistency is huge. You know, I had some health issues about a month ago that took a little bit of time to get through, and so unfortunately, I wasn't able to go live during those times. And it's impactful, right? I mean, you know it, and it hurts when you can't do that. So this is my passion. I keep coming back because I see the potential and I know there's opportunity and I love it. I mean, I love finding these amazing items and offering them to people out there who didn't even know they were looking for it, right? For whatever purpose, whether it's for casual, for work, for going to the beach, whatever it might be. And being able to identify those things that might really speak to people. So that's what keeps bringing me back, is knowing that it's building and growing. I've had some of my best months in the past 6 months since I've really put more focus into Posh. And I know it's just going to keep going from there. And being able to watch all these shows and seeing what's selling, seeing what people are shopping for, and then also trying to kind of, you know, tailor what I'm doing to some of that while staying true to myself.
So with that, Vanessa, what would you tell a host, whether she's a seasoned host or she's a new host? What would you say to her if she says, "I'm just not making the money that I want to make or I thought I would make"? What business advice would you give to her?
I would say, how's your closet? Are you listing everything? How are the photos in your closet? Are you taking time and putting the information in the listings? Are you putting the measurements in the listings? Are your photos clear? I can't tell you how many times I go on Posh and look in people's closets and they're only showing half the item in the photos. How do you have any idea? How do you expect to sell something if you're not even showing the full item? So I think it's really important to, to put forward a quality product. So, because people will go on and they'll go to a different closet and they'll buy that item that they may have been scrolling through the photos in your closet. I would ask, if they're a live show seller, I would ask, how often are you going live? Are you notifying people when you're going live? Do you have a concept? Do you have, what are you selling? Do you have an identity? And if you don't, work on that, and again, market yourself. I need to be better about getting on Instagram. That's an area that needs work for me. But marketing yourself on Instagram, marketing yourself on Posh, I think these are all places, and building your community. Try and get on these train shows. Let people know who you are. Let them know what you have in your closet. And I think that's valid for if you're a seasoned seller or if you're a new seller.
So I'm throwing in the chat, ladies. I am going to say to you, let's take a second. If you have a question for Vanessa on what she's just talked about, add Blondie me, because I am her moderator and I can read the questions. But if you have any questions, let's ask Vanessa those questions. She's here for us. She's in the hot seat. Ask away at those questions as we continue to explore who Vanessa is and why she's here. So Vanessa, what I heard you say is, if you are a seller and you're not making the money that you want to make, it has nothing to do with Posh. Sometimes we have to look within, look at your closet, look at what you're doing. Don't just expect to put your items on Posh, which is a third party provider, and they just sell, sell, sell. Put the
Right.
work in. Vanessa lists her items, and even when she does unlisted items, Vanessa, just give us a 1 or 2 pointers when you're doing unlisted items. What is the unique thing that you do around your shows for unlisted items? Because some of the ladies may not know. They need all these tidbits of information.
So I do try and list as much as I can. If it's unlisted, I just haven't gotten to it yet. But I try and list. On a good day, I'll list 10 items, right? Maybe 10 to 12 items. But I definitely try and list at least 1 or 2 items every day. I think it's really important. It's important for the algorithm. It's also important because, as Blondie likes to say, they don't know, like, unless you list it, they don't know you have it, right? But for my unlisted, I always try and show the fabric content, the quality of the item, and and the measurements. And that's probably not unique to me. I know it's not unique to me, but I also, if I have people that keep coming back to my show and I know their sizes, I know what they're looking for, I try and source for those items too. So if I see them pop into the show and I know they're there because they're looking to, to purchase and see what new items I have, I'm gonna start moving towards those items and start highlighting it and talk to people in the chat. And I think understanding your buyers and your repeat buyers is really important. And as you're out there out in the wild, picking out these items, keeping that in mind.
Okay, so on that note about I've already forgotten, Vanessa. There, just that quick. You said that talking about the fabric content. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I was. Do you think? And ladies in the chat, again, sorry. A question. You had a question in the chat. So Karen wanted to ask, and she's asking about the slots. Vanessa, do you use all 16 slots? Do you do videos in your listings as well? Do you think that's important, like the title, the photos, definitely? Now, are you using AI? Has AI become your friend as well, Vanessa?
Yeah, so on the question about the photos, I don't always use all 16 slots. I do a lot of graphic t-shirts in addition to everything else I do. I've fallen in love with graphics with band tees. So on the band tees, I generally only use 4 or 5 of the slots, but I do make sure that the title is that it includes the brand, it includes the color, it includes a description of the item, whether it's new with tags, new without tags, and the size. I think all of that's really important. Um, Going back to the unlisted for a second too. So the unbranded stuff that I have, that is also something that I generally show unlisted just because I don't find people buying unbranded things out of my closet. Unless they're bundling, and then they might, key in on one of those items. But that is another range and category that I'll often show unlisted. I think the description is really important. I think fabric content is important. Not everybody does. And you know what? I do pick up polyester because there are some polyester items that are just incredible. And so it's not just, the rayons and cottons and viscose. I love those, but it also depends on the item. So I put in a great description. I put in the measurements. But I think the title is really important, and those style tags. Make sure you're using those style tags. You've got 3 slots for the style tags. Just figure out a way to describe that item using those style tags, or use some that you start learning about in other shows that are coming up. Like I think in Alina's threads, I learned about poet core. I had never heard of poet core before, but you can use some of these, like bohemian, right? We know that's in there, but boho chick. I'll use boho chick quite a bit because that's another popular one, but it's not one that Posh auto populates. If it's a band tee, I'll put band in there because people are searching for that, and then it'll come up.
And right on that note, here's another thing, ladies that are in the chat and you're working to build your closet. Poshmark has a trend, and so it's not as evident as it was before, but they do trend categories every single day. They also do Posh parties. So if you don't really know what to put in those 3 categories, so if you're thinking, well, what is she talking about? When you have your product listing, there's a brand, and then there's another area where you can go ahead and put customized tags. Cheat, ladies, use the cheat sheet that they've given us. Look at the trends, and they will tell you what's trending or what they're looking for in the Posh parties. And it may say women's maxi boho, or it may say women's dresses wedding.
Right.
Go ahead and take those tags, use them for your own. So when they do the Posh parties and when they're doing the shows, your item is now elevated to hundreds of thousands of people, but not having anything in there, just a dry listing. Ladies, that doesn't get you on the algorithm. That does not push you up the platform. And Teak Fun said that polyesters are great too, as you said, Vanessa. I learned a couple of weeks ago that polyester, the way they weave the polyester. So if it's shiny, that's oftentimes it's not expensive. It's shiny, shiny like a brand new car. More dull. They've woven the threads closer together, so that gives it a different feel. Because you know, Vanessa, you touch things, you're like, I know this is silk. You turn it over, it's polyester. I know
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
rayon. It's
Yeah,
polyester.
that's
So
right.
that's important as well. So, ladies, let me open it up for a hot second. Are there any questions for Vanessa? Because I'm going to go on to part two. I like to
Do you want
stop.
me to talk, do you want me to talk about AI for a second,
Oh,
Blondie?
yes, yes. And any questions, ladies, add Blondie me so I know that you're asking a question for Vanessa. But go ahead. Let's talk about AI, Vanessa. Thank you.
Yeah, so I love AI. I love it. I think it's made such a huge difference in my closet. There was a time when I was just taking photos of items without putting them on a model. I would look for stock photos. I would, do everything I could to try and find that item on a model. And then I actually purchased one of the apps, and before I discovered Gemini, so I paid for the year, and so now I have access to AI on that app. Plus, I have Gemini, and Gemini, unless you pay for it, it does limit you with how many images you can create a day. I don't know how many, and maybe it's 15. I'm not sure. I did reach my limit the other day, but Gemini is great. It really is. It is versatile. It's easy once you figure it out for the first time. It is so easy to use. You just upload the image of your item. You talk into Gemini. You ask them. I'll say I made the mistake of not saying human once, and it was a weird one. So I usually say human. So I'll say something like, put dress on human model at the beach who is laughing and has dark hair, right? Something like that. And then it will create this amazing image. And then you download the image. I generally crop it, right? To get rid of just the stuff that I don't need and make it the right size. You can take it onto Posh if you want to and use the Posh tools to make it the right size. I have Photo Room is what I used before I discovered Gemini, the one I mentioned I purchased for a year. So I'll take it into Photo Room also, and then make some tweaks to it. But you guys, putting them on models is it's a game changer for your closets because people can see what it looks like um, in reality and what it would look like on them. And I think it's a lot easier to take that leap than it is if you're just showing a static photo of an item. So I've also worked to go back through my old listings
Yes.
and slowly do that and put them on models and for a lot of reasons. I mean, one, we all know now if it's over 90 days, you're not going to get the item highlighted on Posh anymore
So,
unless you
so that's a good point, Vanessa. Let's drill in because someone is like, "What? My old items are doing what?" So there
Yeah, so
is.
your old items are just going to sit there. So Posh isn't really going to be pushing them out. So you need to go in there and move things around, change the title, tweak it, add new style tags, add some new photos, move the photos around. All of that will help reactivate your listing, or you can relist it. So I don't think you get dinged anymore for relisting. I don't do it that often. But if your item is over 90 days old and you haven't had the eyes on it that you'd like to, then relist it. I mean, that is a great way of getting it out there, getting it on fresh eyes, and getting the shares on it, and putting it back in Posh's algorithm and getting it pushed out there. So I think AI is a great tool. I use it as part of my daily listing strategy. I use it for my live show flyers. I think there are some that prefer to do their own artwork on the flyers, and more power to them. That's great. But for me, AI works, and I'm really happy that there are free tools like Gemini out there.
Okay, so 2 points I'm gonna touch on real quick, Vanessa, based on the AI. So
Yep.
one, ladies, welcome in, welcome in. This is the podcast reboot. I am your host. I'm your host for the show. Dawn Blondie is my closet name. Vanessa, who is Stylesavvysella. She is my guest host. Guest host, my guest host. You're not my guest host today. You're my guest.
Okay, good.
You're
Thank
my,
you.
you're my guest host for the day. And the subject is burning it down to rebuild it up. And just to touch a point, what Vanessa was saying in terms of relisting. So, ladies, if you are new to the game and you're like, well, what the heck are they talking about? So now Posh has released this maybe months ago. Two things on your listings, ladies. You can actually go into a listing to see how many impressions you're getting, which means how many times has it been pushed up. If your item is not getting impressions on it because it is 365 days old, because it's 125 days old. Vanessa, I had an item that was 1,000 and some odd days old
No
because
way, really? Wow.
I've been on Posh since 2012, and I started selling shoes. I had a pair of shoes that I couldn't even tell you where those shoes are, with
Yeah.
over 1,000 days old. What you can do, ladies, you can go ahead and copy the listing and either copy and delete the old listing, which will take away all the likes, or you can copy the listing and just relist it so you keep the likes on it. Either one is fine based upon what you do, but you do have those two options in terms of relisting your items. And it's 60 days. If you delete an item that's 60 days, you will not be penalized. 61 days, 90 days, of course. So you can do that at an item that's 61 days old and not get caught up in the delisting drama, which can get your closet shut down or suspended. Okay, wanted to get that out there, Vanessa. And then in
Thank you.
terms of the AI, I do what I call A and B testing on my listings. I've taken and we're keeping it real, Vanessa. So be
Yeah.
ready. I've taken a black model and I've taken a white model. I've taken a Hispanic model on the same item. I use Gemini. I say
Oh,
I like to
wow.
have an older African lady. I like to
Yeah.
have a younger Caucasian lady. I give the AI different not genders, just different nationalities. I have found, Vanessa, and ladies, you can chime in. My ladies that are African American, same listing, the same day, one maybe a couple of minutes, they are getting pushed up the algorithm faster. My Caucasian ladies are getting pushed up the algorithm faster than my African American ladies. So I said I've just been doing this test for about 2 months now. I am going to send the data to Posh because I want to understand it's the same everything is list. I don't go into listing and say African American. It's the
Mhm.
same listing. It's just different models, and they're being pushed up the algorithm a lot faster than my other models. I don't know if you've had that same, if you've even noticed that anything like that of Ness. And do you use diversity when you do your models? Let's keep it real.
I, I do. There are two main models that I use from Photo Room. I can tell you their names too. It's Kendall and Avery. And Kendall's African American, Avery is Caucasian. I like, there's just something about them, and I think they're towards the top. So I use those two. There is an Asian model that her name's Julia that I use also. Actually, Julia is the other one. I can't remember her name, but yeah, I mix it up. I also do all body types. So I think that's important. If it is a 2X item, I don't necessarily want to show a 2X item on a size 2 model.
Yes.
So I think having it look realistic and what it's going to look like on that body type, for your size, I do that, and I want to be honest and straightforward about what the item is and the size that it is. So if you're a size 2, it's generally going to I just kind of try and match it up that way. But Blondie, I haven't done those metrics, but I think that's something you obviously definitely need to send to Posh because that sucks, and it's not. If that's what's going on, it's not good.
Yeah.
So, but I do use diversity in my models, and you can see that if you go in my closet and look at the listings.
So if you're new to me, ladies, and Vanessa will be able to concur with this. I'm all about diversity, and again, I'm honest about when I started the train 3 years ago. I felt like there was a gap. There was a need for more African American or black women trains. I did not see a lot of black women trains, and I'm a black woman first, right? Born black, and I'll probably die black. So I wanted a space for us. And as I said, Vanessa, I began to realize as I've met you and so many other women, it is not. I don't think race is a big factor. Now we're not gonna. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. race is a factor. I don't think it's as big of a factor now. What I now find is women who don't have that great visibility are being pushed down, are being not being promoted. And so I expanded my view, right? Posh has taught me building this community. There are other women who are also like, put me in, coach, put me in. Because I was asking Vanessa, put me in, ladies. I want to be put in. And it's like, no, you don't have the numbers, Blondie. Who are you, Blondie? Right? You're not really blonde. Like all of this. So you start doing something on your own. And I'm meeting women that are just like me, that don't look like me, but we have the same, we're going in the same direction. So Vanessa, I appreciate the fact that you and a lot of the women have trusted me to be able to run a good boat, to be able to run a good train, to be able to good show. So I'm finding we need each other, ladies. And there's nothing wrong with the sheep getting together to support one another. So I just had to put that out there for you, Vanessa. And I won't lay in it because you know I can lay in the subject, so I won't lay in it. But ladies, I just say to you, expand your horizon. Your community can be built on more than just color. It can be built on more than just numbers. There are a lot of factors, just like there are a lot of factors to promote your business, to promote your closet. There are a lot of factors that should be involved when you're building your community here on Posh that even extend beyond Posh. All right, Vanessa, let's get into the meat. Let's get into the saucy stuff, unless you have
All
something
right.
else to say. You ready?
No, I was just going to say, to echo what you were saying. I mean, I've been on Posh for a while now, and I've been in a lot of shows, and I just encourage you to just get out there and see what's there. When I first started, I didn't really do that. I discovered some shows. I stayed in those shows, and that was kind of where I was. And then I branched out from there, and I can't tell you how happy I am. I mean, I've met so many great people. Blondie and I've already talked about how we met each other, between 9 and 12 months ago. And Blondie, I can tell you where it was. It was, I think Court Jones was on one of your shows, and then I was in the chat. And so I think you had mentioned something about it, and then it just happened from there. So I think I was on one of your next trains from there. But, you're going to meet so many people out there, and just give them a chance. Go check out their shows. And even if they only have 4 people in there, those are some of the best shows,
Yes.
honestly. So the numbers, I mean, I will tell you, some of those shows that have 250 people, that might not be where you want to be, right? So go check out a lot of different people and support new sellers, and support the community. So there you go.
I do. I definitely appreciate that, Vanessa. Ladies, again, if you have any questions for Vanessa, thank you, Bougie. That's how you ladies met as besties as well. And we're going to get into that when we spill the tea. Let's jump into our next subject matter. So I like to call this part Dear Posh, right? Dear Posh. So, Vanessa, right now, what I would like for you to do is to tell us we're always talking about the negative, what Posh can do for us. But let's go on the glasses halfway full. What are some of the good things, and not a whole lot, but can you give me 1 or 2 great things about Posh? And then I'm gonna flip the script on that. So tell me what is good about Posh. What do you like? Oh my God, they got that thing right.
Okay, I didn't expect that question, but no. Hey, we're all here. We're here because of Posh, right? So I think there's something to be said for it. I know we all have a lot of gripes about different things associated with Posh, but it gives us this place where we can showcase our items, where we can meet more people, where we can build our community. I mean, and again, I'm still building, but I think Posh it's been great for me. I mean, I sell on another platform too, and I'm not nearly as successful on that platform as I am on Posh. So whatever Posh is doing with their algorithm, with how they're pushing items out, I do think that there is a lot of benefit to all of us, because we're all making sales. Maybe not as many as we'd like to make, but we wouldn't be able to do that without Posh.
Okay, so what I hear you saying to the chat is the fact that we just even have a platform,
Yeah.
right? The fact that someone has rented out trillion gigabytes of space, ladies, for us all to have our items. So we can moan and whine and complain, but that's space on the server. They are housing our closets, right? Go and see if you can house your closet on Spotify for free. They are giving us data. So seller tools, the data, you can use it or not use it, but they're giving it to us. And maybe they're charging the 20%. But ladies, nothing in this life is free, right? Except a bad relationship. Those things come easy. So we are paying for, we pay for the platform services. So Vanessa, here's my turnabout question.
Well, and let me just quickly say too,
Go
on the
ahead.
other platform I sell on, I have a hard time selling anything on that platform unless I promote the listing. And then by the time you promote the listing, you're paying essentially what you're paying for, what you're paying on Posh. So I don't know. I mean, I think that it is hard to sell your items for free.
Okay. And so here's our turnabout question. What can you are now Posh. Dear
Okay.
Posh, I'm saying to you, I love the fact that you gave us the platform. However, my question is, take it up a notch, level up. What would you recommend, dear Posh? What can you do to even make it better than just having the platform? Dear Posh, let us know.
All right, get rid of promoted closet. Okay, get rid of it. Like we're all already paying 20%. And I feel like I'm always on that fence about whether I need to do promoted closet or not. But by the time you're doing promoted closet, it's another $32 a week. And you look at that impact on your sales. But it's always that struggle, right? So is it worth doing promoted closet? Do I need to pay that much money to sell things on Posh? And I think by even having it out there, it calls into question what items are being pushed out there. So where is promoted closet on the algorithm versus everything else that's in the algorithm that's being pushed out there? So I really am not a fan of promoted closet. I think it should just be done away with. And Posh should put its general algorithm in place. Posh, dear Posh, tell us what the algorithm is.
Wait a minute, Vanessa. You
Yes.
are Dear Posh.
Oh, I know. So I'm telling Posh what I think should change, right?
Nope, you're telling us what you're going to change because you are Dear Posh.
Okay.
So
I'm going to get rid of promoted closet. I'm getting rid of promoted closet um, on live shows when you're co-hosting. I'm going to give you an opportunity so that when the notification goes out that somebody is live, it's not just the main closet, it's both hosts.
Yes.
So that way everybody, you're going to be notified that Blondie and Stylesavvysella are live at the same time. It's not just Blondie and Stylesavvysella having to run her flyer to try and bring people in and let people know that she's on. I'm going to notify you that both people are on when you're co-hosting. I'm also going to reduce the amount from 20% down to 10%.
Vanessa, hold on. You know I can't just let you run away with that. Hold on a second. So Vanessa, I want to make sure, did you change your show time? Because I'm transferring to you after the podcast.
I changed it to it's in about 15 minutes.
Okay, you may want to push that back just a little bit. I don't want your show to cancel. So also in that vein, you were talking about the ladies, I have forgotten just that doggone fast, the promoted closet. So that's what you're going to do for us. You're saying we're going to eliminate on the co-host show. I want to let you ladies know, just in case you don't know, they're rolling out a feature. So right above my name, you should see a little checkbox that says following. You are now, ladies, able, just like you would do to YouTube, subscribe to my channel. I have a channel. Subscribe to Park Avenue's channel. Subscribe to Vanessa's channel. So whenever we're live, you are now able to say, well, I want to know whenever Blondie goes live to get the notification. And maybe you don't want to know when I go live because I go live too much. But maybe you're more interested in, hey, I want to know when she puts some new items in her closet. So right above it, you should see follow. Hit that button. There's a drop down that says live notifications and I think new items to the closet. Hit both of those, ladies, so that you know when I'm live and you know when I have new items added to the closet. And when we transfer over to Vanessa, the same thing. It's right up there, ladies. Everyone, I can see you. I see you following, and follow me on one of those. And you can also still follow the flyers as well. Come on in, Raquel. I'll put your flyer in the tray. Once you have it there, let me know. Okay, Vanessa, let's move on. So, oh, did you get your last point off? Because she's Dear Posh. The last thing you're going to do for us to make this platform better is what, Vanessa?
I'm going to reduce the 20% to 10%. I think 20% is way too high. So reduce that to 10%. So we're going to get rid of Promoted Closet. We're going to reduce from 20% down to 10%. We're going to provide an opportunity to notify when you're co-hosting that both sellers are live at the same time. And we're going to be straightforward and direct and clear about the algorithm and not have it be some mysterious entity out there that nobody truly understands and speculates on.
Right. And I'm gonna put this out here for you to think about, because on the next solo show that I do, or it could be a train that I do, I'm going to bring this question back to you when I see you in the chat, Vanessa. So you're going to reduce the 20%. I would
Yes.
like to know, by reducing the 20%, because Lisa Lou said on her program what she was going to do is she was going to employ more staff. So she's going to increase her budget, her employee budget, and hire more staff, more people to actually address our issues. So she is adding more people to the budget, which means sounds like some costs are going to go up there, Lisa Lou, when she's adding. But I don't know, but she's adding more staff. You're now saying you're going to bring down the 20% that you make as a profit, and we just want to know, how do you reduce the fee and still be able to do all the wonderful things that you're going to do if you've lowered our costs?
Well, I would have to take a look and see what the profit margin is for Posh and confirm that it's possible to reduce the 20% based on the the existing costs. And so by the time I come back, I don't know if I'll have that information, but that is ideally what I would like to do, is reduce the profit margin a little bit and reduce the fees that we're all paying in an amount that we can.
So Vanessa, as a liberal progressive, that's what I am. I love that. I love the fact that you are concerned, Posh, about your sellers. And this also helps the buyers. So it's a win-win situation. You're reducing the 20% on the seller's end. At the same time, I'm imagining that we don't have to mark up our items 20% to mark them down 50% to then sell them at $5 and $7. So that's also going to help our buyers. So we love that. We love that. We love that. And I just want to address this quickly. I'm not going to stay on it because I am looking at your question here. Tick Fun. I am not always a big proponent of reducing staff, because I feel like people are important, right? Laying off a ton of people like they did on that platform over there, that X platform, just
Right.
getting rid of a lot of jobs. That's not good for the environment either, because now I don't have a job. I can't feed my family. And then I damn sure can't buy your clothes, right? So I don't know if that's always the answer, reduce. And I'm not going to, I do appreciate AI, but AI is not the be all end all. My oldest daughter is 42. My youngest daughter is 30. My oldest granddaughter is 22 years old. They're coming out of college, right, sometimes with careers that require human beings. So if all of a sudden the doctor doesn't need a nurse, or they don't need, and I know you ladies are like, that can't be, but doctors are doing surgeries in other countries by AI technology. Imagine if we just got rid of the nurses, we got rid of the CNAs, and we become a robotics type of environment. I'm not going to lay in it, Vanessa, but I'm just saying, ladies, start to think about that. You have a problem, create a solution.
You're speaking to the choir here. I agree with you wholeheartedly. And in my professional life, we do use some AI, but we have to double check it because it's wrong a lot of times too. So, but I am not a proponent of people losing jobs, of AI taking over for industry. I think there's a use for AI, but I think it should be in tandem with, people physically working.
And so we're going to put this last point on, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. Tick Fun, you have a lot of suggestions. You have a lot of questions. You have a lot of feedback. I love that. So here's what I say, Tick. When you start your own platform, I hope you employ all of these great ideas, these thoughts and suggestions. And you know what? We are going to come over there and build our closets on your free platform, Tick. And I would love to have you come on as a host because you know what, Vanessa, I put you on the hot seat. So, Tick for Fun, whenever you're ready to be a guest on the show, I am all for it because I know we can have some shenanigans for real and we're going to keep it real. So, ladies, thank you for your questions and I appreciate you being here. If you are just popping in, you are on my reboot of a podcast. I'm taking it to the street, keeping it real, keeping it fun, making sure the shenanigans are always, but we are being who we are, our authentic selves. So, ladies, thank you. Please put your questions in the chat for me. And of course, hopefully I taped all this correctly, Vanessa. So let's move on to the part that we've all been waiting for. Let's spill the tea, Vanessa. So
right.
you know the topic was burning it down to build it up. I am in these I'm in the Poshmark streets a lot. I haven't been in the Instagram streets a lot, but I have my ear to the ground. So I am going to talk about a subject that Mama Cheeky talked about. Lisa Lou was like, "Here we go, Blondie." She talked about we talked about clicks last time. She also talked about trains. So you, Vanessa, you had to you on Bougie Bogart's train, and for whatever her personal reasons, I want to get into her business and all of that, unless she wants to come on and get into her own business. But she stopped the train, and so you were at a crossroads. Do you keep the train going? Do you start the train over? Do you create something for yourself? So what I am hearing from you, Vanessa, and, you know, check me, baby, check me, boo, if it's all wrong. That you've taken the Bessie train, you've run it a couple of times, but you are now revamping it. You want the brand to be like, it's like taking Nike, and I've decided that Nike, I'm now Nike Y, I'm Nike X, rebranding yourself. So you're rebranding the train. Mama Cheeky talked about, are trains even good? Are they run? Are trains ruining the platform? Too many trains. A new seller who's been on the platform 2 days now has a new train. Trains, boats, planes, automobiles, all of that. So in your words, Vanessa, are trains important? Are there too many trains? And what are you doing with your train that we need to come and see you that's different from the other trains? And if you're not doing anything, be like, "Mom, I'm not doing nothing different." But if you are, let's go ahead and spill the tea. Let's talk about these trains, ladies. If you have some questions for Vanessa or myself, add Blondie me, throw in the chat. Do you like trains? Do you hate trains? Do you follow trains? Go ahead, Vanessa. I'm going to let you have the floor.
All right. Thanks, Blondie. Yeah. So my experience with trains, so Blondie's touched on it. I mean, I always felt like I was, and maybe because according to Blondie, I'm boring and slow, but I was never invited.
Vanessa, did I say that? Vanessa, did I use those words?
You did. I may be paraphrasing, but you said something similar to that. So you didn't actually call me boring. It was something kind of like that. I can't remember the exact words, but you definitely called me slow. You've called me slow a bunch of times, but that's okay. I don't think it's a bad thing. I like to take my time with an item, show it, let you guys know why you want it. But I wasn't asked to be on trains, and I was out there on the Posh streets and a lot of shows, chatting with people, and I asked people if I could be on their trains, and it was just radio silence. I never heard back. Um, in my experience, there are some trains that are very clicky, and frankly, I wouldn't really want to be on those anyway. Um, but I have discovered, it's one of the things about Blondie. Blondie was always very inclusive, reaching out to new people, willing to, wants to have different people on her trains, which I totally respect and I think is amazing. So, do I think trains serve a purpose? Yeah, I think trains are great. I mean, I'll go into a train show and I know what the theme is. I do like having a theme. If the theme is, whatever it might be, I know you're doing like, what are you doing coming up? It's like rock and roll, anyway, Western and R&B or something.
Something.
But I like the themes. I think they're good because you kind of know maybe there's something you're interested in. I love graphic t-shirt trains. So I will go hang out in graphic t-shirt train shows because there are all kinds of cool graphics. You get to know the sellers, you get to know what they specialize in. And so you're kind of waiting to see what they're going to show. And I think that it does, you don't have to stay in a train all day. You can pop in and out. But I think for people that have a concept of what they're looking for, I think trains are great. And are there too many trains? I think Posh is a huge platform. It's a huge platform. So I think there's an opportunity. Don't go watch a train show if you don't want to.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of my
It,
thing.
it's a
I don't
choice.
think, yeah, I don't think you should be a NIMBY and be like, oh well, we have too many trains, so we're not going to do any more. The number of trains we have is the number of trains we have. I mean, I think it's an environment that again is a huge community where there's an opportunity for all these different shows. If there are shows that have 350 people in them and it's not a train show, that's 350 people. So I would imagine that there's an opportunity for some of that to spread out as they get used to people and go see some of these different shows. So that's kind of my thought on trains. I think they're great, and I don't have any issue with them. I don't think there are too many, and I think there's room for everybody. So as Blondie said, she's on Chatty Chatty Choo Choo tomorrow. I have the Besties train tomorrow. I think that's fabulous. Or I know that Alina's Threads is on a train tomorrow. I think it's a different one. They do a train every Thursday. So, but it works. I mean, there are people in all the shows, and they're there for a reason. So, you get to know people and get to know the type of items that they source and that they're showing. And especially if there's a theme, you can kind of tailor it towards that and, pique people's interests. So what are we doing that's different?
So, Vanessa, let me just interject for one quick second. Tick, Tiff, Tick Fun, you are all over this chat today, sister
Okay.
girlfriend. Okay, so a train is it's a vehicle, a train, a plane, a trolley, a automobile. It's a way to pass the baton. It's like running a race, right? And you're passing the baton to the next person. So Vanessa may start the race, but then I'm right in front of her. Miss Prissy is next. I'm just calling out names. Bougie Queen is then. So we're all in this line, right? Think about it that way. Vanessa starts us off. We're running. She's showing her items. And then at some given time, she passes the baton to me. So now I have the show. I'm running the show, running the items, whether it's a theme, whatever it is. And then I finish. And then what do? I pass the baton to one Blue Jean Queen. You pass the baton, you pass the chat, you pass the audience, right? We call it to another seller. And it's a way of momentum. So if you think about a train, a plane, it's traveling and picking up people. And sometimes, it just depends. There's a 10-minute train. I do a 30-minute train. Some are an hour and a half, some are 2 hours. The train conductor decides the timing. You decide if you want to be on it, and we just continue. You're picking up passengers. That's the hope. You're picking up passengers. And again, it's to get exposure sometimes, meet new people. And sometimes, ladies, you have trains, it's all about the sales, right? They're looking for ladies who have 1,000 likes on their flyer because they are hoping you're going to bring that 1% of your 1,000 likes into the show to make purchases and to keep going. So sometimes it's about the money. Okay, hopefully that made sense, ladies. And if you have your thoughts and ideas around the trains, ladies, drop it into the chat. Tag our tick fun. Tag each other in the trains. And ladies, take this time right now. Welcome in to the reboot of the podcast, burning it down to build it back up. To follow the person in front of you and follow the person above you and follow the person below you. Go into their closet and share out a couple of their items and come back. Don't get lost, ladies. Come on back to the show. After we finish the podcast, we're going to transfer over to Vanessa so you can see her lively, very engaging, very informative show. I think she may even dance for us a little bit, but I can't promise that, ladies. So we're going to be transferring over so you can see the quality of the items, and you see her rack behind you. Quality items, ladies. And yes, she is slow as paint drying, but she is good, ladies. And that's why
How
I
can you
stay
call
in her.
me slow? How can you call me slow is my question.
I, I don't even sell things during my show, do I,
That's what
Vanessa?
I'm saying. Exactly.
I don't even sell things, ladies.
I
And you know,
know.
I'm going to turn the tables, ladies. I'm going to do Vanessa. I'm going to allow someone to interview me on one of the podcasts, so I can see how it feels to be in the hot seat, right? And so they can tell me what they really feel. Okay, so
Yeah.
ladies, let's continue on, right, Lisa Lou? Let's continue on. So that was spilling the tea. Here's my question. Here is my spill the tea question, Vanessa, and I
All
want
right.
your authentic, genuine response to this.
Okay. Okay.
Why did you create another train, right? Instead of just continuing to do your solo shows
Mhm.
or getting on another train. What happened to make you say, I'm going to continue with this baton? I'm going to continue what she started. Tell us.
So, as we mentioned, Bougie's work schedule was such that the trains were no longer possible, and so the train disbanded. And it had become it was on Wednesdays before, and it was something that we all really looked forward to. And we had built these great friendships. We were building momentum with what was happening on Wednesdays. Um, we all really enjoyed it. And so when it went away, it was it was it was horrible. I mean, everybody was doing their own thing, right, and running their shows when they normally do. But we missed that community and that opportunity to get together one day a week and support each other in shows, to work together, as we build this, bring in new hosts, which is our goal. And it was just there was a gap
Okay.
and in our lives. And so I reached out to everybody and said, how would you guys feel about me starting the train back up? And everybody that had been participating in the Wednesday trains was on board, as well as a few people that had not been there all the time. They were interested in joining. So it was really just an absence that had become a weekly deal that I was so used to that I really missed. And I mean, honestly, that's the straight and honest answer for why I decided to bring it back from the ashes.
There it is. It had burned down. It had
Yep.
stopped. It was derailed. And Vanessa said, "No, no, no, Bougie, we love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to continue it." And Bougie was on the train because sometimes, ladies, if we just keeping it real, when something happens and we're a little uncomfortable or we're sad about it, we will close the door in a heartbeat, right? It's like, you know what? I'm not going to be bothered. I'm not going to be bothered with her because she stopped the train. She won't want to do it anymore. I don't even want to be a part of her. But they didn't do that, ladies, right? And we know it to be true. Heart me, heart me, heart me. They didn't do that. They said, you know what, Bougie? We understand that you have this thing called life, and life
Yep.
is life. And we're just going to pick up the torch. We're going to continue the train on. And hey, Bougie, by the way, we may not do it the way you did it. And there's nothing wrong with that, ladies, to change it up a little bit. Maybe you don't want to be called the bestie train, the beastie train, the B train, the A. You want to be called the A train. It's okay to change the name. So, ladies, I'm saying to you, and Vanessa's saying to you, it is all right to change up the game that's going to be comfortable for what you're doing. And it doesn't mean you're excluding anybody else. It's just your jam for your peanut butter and sandwich, right, Vanessa? I think
Yep.
that's what I'm hearing.
No, it's what you're hearing, and absolutely, so the train had totally disbanded, right? But we had formed this community, and Zalika and I started talking at Pure Heart Craft. And I am so thankful for Zalika too, because she has stepped in and she and I coordinate this train together now. And this was never about anyone being mad at anyone or anyone having hard feelings. This was about life happening. but we still wanted the train to go on, and we still wanted everybody to be on the train that could be on the train that had been in the past. And we wanted to bring in more sellers. Honestly, we wanted to create an opportunity where this train could build momentum, build a community, and bring more new sellers on there that could help enhance the train experience and bring in more viewers and really just help, cement our Thursday thing. And so that's what Zalika and I have been working on is rebranding. We loved having the name Besties in the title because that's how it started. But as we look at bringing in new hosts, and as we're looking at expanding the scope of the train, we thought it was important to really take a hard look at it. And so that's what we're doing. We're finalizing the name. We're changing the flyer. My friend Antonia V, who I think is live right now, she's going to do the artwork for the new flyer because she actually does it without AI. So she's going to do the actual artwork. She's an artist. And we're all going to build this thing together and expand it and bring in more people. So, and I will tell you too, Bougie is still doing a show, a train show, 1 day a week. And so she's going to be doing that separate train also. And many of us are going to be on that train too. So this has been a great experience figuring out how to bring it back in a new way that can really solidify it on the platform.
So I'm just going to throw a shameless promotion in right quick. So ladies, Vanessa hit something really important. I don't know if it was over your head, ladies. I think it flew over your head. So I'm going to snatch it back and slam it on the table. It is perfectly okay, ladies, in your solo shows to promote another host. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having your show and saying, oh, by the way, and maybe you know Vanessa and maybe you don't. I'm always excited, ladies, when there's a person I do not know. All of a sudden, I'm in their closet. Maybe I see something. I bring it into my show. I bring their item in my show, or I bring their flyer in my show. Ladies, there's nothing wrong with supporting another host. I encourage you to find someone out there on the street who maybe they don't do live shows. Bring their items into your show. Maybe they do live shows. Bring their flyer in, ladies. There is nothing wrong with supporting another host. You may find, like Coquetta, thank you, Coquetta, you find a person who can now be a friend for life that you can call, you can share things with. I have made more Posh friends than I have family and friends on the outstreet. I said what I said, ladies. So you don't know who it is that you can meet. So I encourage you to just bring another flyer into your tray. It won't hurt anybody, ladies. I promise you it will not. The second thing, we had a question for you. If you can spill the tea, if you can, Vanessa, what is the name of your new train?
Oh, we're down to 2 names right now. So
Okay.
I'll be able to let you know tomorrow. How's that? So come into the Besties train to Style Showdown tomorrow, the Besties Style Showdown, and we will have the name finalized. But we did want to bring in the input from those that had been on the train historically, because this is something that is going to stick. And we're not going to change it again, at least not for the foreseeable future. So I will tell you tomorrow.
Okay, ladies. So what time does the kickoff party, what time is the pre-party to the party happening tomorrow, Vanessa? And who's going to lead it?
It's going to be Zalika and I. So the pre-party to the party is starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. 9:30 Eastern tomorrow. We've got a full lineup, and then I'll be on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
So you're going to be the caboose. Pre-parties at 9 a.m. And then Vanessa, you're going to be the caboose. And I think I have the Besties flyer in the tray. I will also run the flyer in the tray. Okay, so ladies, we're going to start to wrap it up. If there are any questions you want to ask, please go ahead and ask them. This is my flyers at the top for the podcast. So if you have any topics that you want me to bring, ladies, I'm open to feedback. I'm not saying I accept all feedback, but I'm open to feedback and unsolicited feedback, which I get all the time, ladies. So I appreciate that. letting me know what topics that you want to hear. The flyers there, just tag me or make a bundle. Let's do that, ladies. Make a bundle for me, and then we can chat in the bundle, or you can find me on the gram because I'm open to just what do you want to see. So our last question, Vanessa, before we transfer over to you, tell us 3 things that you would recommend to new sellers that you found out when you did your first show or your first train. What's the takeaway? Hey, sellers, don't do this thing. And I'm just going to give you a quick example because it's coming to the top of my head. I was Coquetta actually gave me this idea. When she did her 100 shows and 100-day kickoff celebration, she told us what she would do different. And one of her things was she said, hey, I did $5 starts. $5 did not make, she's not a 6-figure seller. Let me say that. And she says, rethinking it, I need to mix up my strategy. 5 a little here, 7 here. And she says, well, I won't go over $15. She may have changed it by now, but that was her takeaway. $5 shows, they don't always work, right? To the benefit of the seller in terms of making that profit. So that was one of her takeaways. So let us know, Vanessa, if you can think of 3 things that you would tell a new seller that you realized, right, after you did your 1 or 2 first shows or even your 1 or 2 first trains. Ladies, go ahead and drop your things in the chat. We're going to be wrapping up in about another 15 minutes. Go ahead, Vanessa. Let us know. Oh, we have a question too.
Okay, so I'm going to steal that one. I think it's really important. $5 shows, especially if you're a new seller, it's not going to make you much money unless you've built up this huge community and there's going to be a groundswell of support in your show with people bidding things up. But by the time Posh takes its fees, you're making about $2 on that item. So depending on how you source, that's a pretty difficult thing to do. I would say also, just make sure you fully loaded your tray and that you have all the necessary flyers, that you obviously have your live flyer, your unlisted flyers. I think for me, especially when I first started, I used 3 different unlisted flyers to make it easy for myself because I wasn't proficient with using the tools. So I put the set prices in on the unlisted flyers so I could just click on, oh, this one's 15, this one's 10, this one's 8. And that way it was easy. So I didn't have to mess around with changing the price. I think also just engaging with the chat, right? And trying different ways of getting people to talk. And you may not have more than 2 people in your show the first time you go live, but it's okay. Just ignore those numbers. Just keep going. Just be you. Just, put yourself out there and show your beautiful items. Keep asking if people have size requests, tell them to shop the tray. And those numbers will change. So those numbers will grow, and it might not be your first show. It might be your 5th show. But it takes a while to really start building people that are going to come back and want to see what you have to show. So those are my items.
And if I can just piggyback, I would say, ladies, take the time. I run into a lot of new sellers who they're new, right? And they just jump on. Lisa Lou and I talked about this. There isn't any training anymore, but they just jump on, and you can see them crashing and burning in their show, and they can't figure out why they're crashing and burning. So here's my suggestion, ladies. Watch some shows, right? Maybe get on a train or 2 so you can get that coaching. Reach out, try to find a mentor to help you. And ladies, I'm not saying everybody is nice on Posh. Some ladies will ignore you because you are there and they're here. Find someone who says, hey, come on in, let me help you. That really helped me. There was a person who said, you are crashing and burning, Ms. Porter. And I just started watching them, looking at what they were doing. And then you develop crashing and burning. You develop your own. I still crash and burn. I think I had like 7 people in my show last night, right, Vanessa? Crashing and burning, but you just keep going, ladies. So that's another thing. Watch the show so that you have some idea of how to transfer. Open your tray when you get rated. That's the worst thing. When you don't open your tray when you're rated, ladies, you can best believe I will never, ever rate you again because I just think it's rude. not to open your tray. And when I'm in shows and you don't open your tray for somebody else, I'm still like, I'm feeling kind of way. So, ladies, those are some pointers for it. I'm going to let Vanessa go so that she can get ready
Well,
for her show.
let me also just quickly say, so I did some silent shows before I went live. And I think doing what Blondie says, go watch shows, like figure out what they're doing, see if someone will bring you on. I always offer, especially if somebody tells me they're a new seller, I will offer to bring them on for a little bit so that they have an opportunity to see what it's like to go live. And people will do that in the community. As Blondie said, not everybody's nice, but there are a lot of nice people. And if you're, if you're in Blondie's show, she's a perfect example of somebody that does like to support new sellers. I love to support new sellers and give people that opportunity to see what it's like to go live. So do a little, it's kind of like taking some small steps before you go all in.
Yes, yes. And we had a new seller that came on our raid. She came on, ladies, and sold items. I think I sold one item, and I'm appreciative. Thank you, Miss Christy. But she came on the show, and she sold like, what, Vanessa, like 12 or 13 items.
So many.
It was, it was crazy. They were like, are you going to sell items? I was like, by that time, my sugar level was low. I was like, no, I'm going to sit here and help her
I thought
sell.
it went from like item 60 to item 100. I mean,
Yes.
she sold a lot of items. Yeah.
And then we got another raid right before we were about to leave from Bling Naturally, and she sold some items, right? So it was one raid.
Blondie, you got to run items to sell them.
I'd rather just run my mouth. I got to figure out. Oh, ladies, let me tell you this before we go. I have a sponsor. I actually have a sponsor for one sponsor for my podcast for next week. So, ladies, if you are out there in these streets and you know someone who is looking to give some money, give some items for a sponsorship, ladies, point them in my direction. I am looking for sponsors to help with to help me with the podcast, because I don't sell anything during the podcast. So it would be nice to get a little income coming in while I do this. I am going to run my natural hair product as a buy now while Vanessa gets ready for her show. And I'm
Perfect.
going to once again.
I'm going to jump off then.
Okay.
So Blondie, I want to thank you so much for inviting me to come on and do this. It was great. You didn't boss me around nearly as much as I thought you would, but I appreciate that. I had a great time, and I really appreciate you. You support so many of us and give all of us these amazing opportunities. It's been wonderful knowing you, and for anybody new to Blondie, make sure you're putting a heart on her flyer and go check out her shows, because she does eventually run some things.
Eventually I do, ladies.
Yeah, and you're gonna have a good time in her shows, and she's a wonderful person. So thank you, Blondie.
Thank you, Vanessa. So, ladies, Vanessa is going to go ahead and get ready for a show. So don't leave us. I'm going to do some quick announcements. I'll run a couple more flyers, ladies, and then we are going to head on over to Vanessa. Oh, shoot. Head on to Vanessa's show. So, ladies, heart me. I hope you enjoyed the reboot of the podcast with Stylesavvysella. She was my second guest, Lisa Lou. Lisa Lou's in the chat. I'm going to run her flyer. She was my first guest. Next week, we're going to have Coqueta. She is my third guest as well. She's going to be my third reboot guest. So I'm going to run some flyers. Ladies, and if you don't know, just in case you're trying to dip out on me, don't dip out on me yet, ladies. This is what is happening in my life. I have started, it's not a new concept, but I am finally launching the concept. I thought about this about a year ago, traveling women. And what I do is I partner with other trains. So Lisa Lou, that's when I put you on the spot, right? You have trains. Ladies, partner with me for at least one show, and we take two trains off the track. We bring them into one show, and we just have a great experience. It is two trains on one track. Our event is going to be on June 28th. I've had to go out and round up 6 ladies that I did not know. Paris is one of the ladies. I did not know her. B. Holloman has never been on my train. I didn't really know she even sewed, but I was in the show and I saw she sewed. So I had to go find 6 ladies that I didn't know anything about really to bring them on. I am working with Diva Deals for UA61. She does the sellathon once a month. She found 6 ladies, and ladies, she found some of my people. But I love that because now we can have Coqueta on the train as well. And that's what we do. I partner with you. So if you manage a train, ladies, I invite you to partner with me. I'm partnering with the Graceful Pearls next month. And then in August, I'm partnering with Vanesa's Train, the Bestie Train. We're waiting for the new name. So September, October, November, December. If you do a train, ladies, come on in. Invite me in. Let's collaborate together to come up with a theme. We're doing quiet luxury, the art of fashion, ladies. It's about quality and not necessarily quantity. Grab a $75 item, ladies, that's going to last you a lifetime, as opposed to 75 $3 items. That's all I'm saying. I said what I said, ladies. So make sure that you join us on 628. Lisa Lou, let us know when is your next session going to be. So, ladies, I'm just going up the track. I launched a cookie show. Ladies, if you've been in my cookie show, help me out. Let the ladies in the chat know. Did you enjoy the cookie show, ladies? We made hummus. Then we made a natural decongestant elixir. And last Tuesday, we made vegan tacos. Friday, we're going to make a vegan pizza, ladies. Yes, antipasta. I hope I'm part Italian, right? Antipasta pizza, ladies. I'm put the ingredients in the listing. So go ahead and grab your ingredients. Nees Rack has agreed to come on the cooking show with me, and we're going to cook together. It is titled at One Building Relationships One Bite at a Time. Because there are two things that bring people together. Well, there are really three, but we're going to talk about that third thing. Two things that bring people together: food and music, ladies. Can I get heart me? Food and music. So that's what we're doing. We're coming together to eat healthier. I'm a vegetarian. I have been a vegetarian for almost 30 years. I haven't had beef or pork in 30 years because my daughter in the chat, she's 30. I gave it up after she was born. I gave up chicken and fish maybe about 16 years ago. Then I gave up seafood. I love me some salmon. I gave that up about 7 years ago. And then finally, I threw in the dairy 2 years ago. So I don't eat anything with eyes, okay? So I asking you to join me on this healthy eating. I make natural hair products as well. Come on in, Miss Monica Fines. Come on in. If you don't, Miss Monica Fines, if you don't mind, put your flyer in the tray. She does, I think is it the nomination train? I can't remember. Monica Vine, tell us what you do. She does this great train as well, ladies, and she's very supportive of new sellers. We love that. A seller who is able to give their platform. I was listening to you, Monica Fines. She steps on over. She invites a new seller to host with her. And ladies, guess what they do? They sell, 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 sell. So ladies, go ahead and put that in the chat. I don't eat air. I eat real food, ladies. So go ahead and join me on Friday. We're going to make a vegan pizza, ladies. I'll put the recipes in the chat for us. Join me. Yeah, I am all about, you don't have to have a whole lot of items. You just have to have some really good items. And so maybe I'll run a rack of about 15 items, but we're going to get into healthy eating and healthy shopping. Those two things need to be involved together. The mentorship. Yes, thank you, Monica. The membership train. So, ladies, put your flyers in the tray. Let me open up the tray. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, ladies. I'm going to go ahead and open up the tray because that's what we do. You open up your tray, you support the sellers and the hosts that are in, and we're building this community, ladies. What do I say? We're building businesses and brands brick by brick. Those are my 6 B's, building businesses and brands brick by brick. And the podcast is a way to bring sellers in so they can tell their side of the story. Yes. Okay, so ladies, I'm going to the tray one more time, and then we're going to go over and visit Style Savvy, and so you can see for yourself the items that she has. Here it is, ladies. I'm putting the flyers in the tray, ladies, one more time. If your flyer is in the tray, I will take the time and I will run it. And ladies, come to the front of the room and talk about your own things. You can talk about yourself better than I can. I can talk about you, but you can really talk about yourself. Thank you for the hearts, ladies. I've enjoyed having each and every one of you here. I will be back on Friday, or I'll be back tomorrow on the Chatty Chatty Choo Choo. I'll be back on Friday cooking with Blondie. And then we will be back on Monday again for the cooking show. The podcast is every Wednesday. So Monica Fines or any lady that's out there, if you want to join me in the hot seat for the tea, just let me know and I will schedule. I have one slot open for July. Then August is open. September is open. Every Wednesday, just grab a spot, ladies, and get in the hot seat. And let's get ready to do this thing. Let's do the damn thing. Let's keeping it real. Shenanigans and fun. That's what we do. Positiveness, right? Let's keeping it positive, but we can keep it real at the same time. All right, ladies, let's go. Let's go, ladies. I want you to do this thing for me right now. The person above you and the person below you, Go to their closet right now. Right now, ladies, go to their closet and share out 2 items. Just 2 items. Don't get lost, ladies. Don't get lost in the sauce. Don't get over there shopping and bundling and that you don't come back and see me because I need a good car to transfer. So go to their closets right now, share out 2 items, and then come back and say done. And ladies, when they share your items out, don't tell anybody I told you this, ladies. Come close, come close, come close, come close. If you share out their items, they're probably going to share out your items. That's all I'm saying. You didn't hear it from me. It's just between you and I. Share out their items and they can share out your items. And that's how we build our closets. That's how we get the community going. Do it right now, ladies. Go and the person above you and the person below you. Share out their items and come back and say, done, Blondie. Thank you, Lisa Lou. So Lisa Lou, I'm going to run your flyer next. See, Lisa knows the game. She's like, I know what Blondie's going to do. She's going to run my flyer next because I said done. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. This is Lisa Lou's flyer. Ladies, let's go ahead and get some hearts on it. I will not, I usually stay on the flyer until I get the number of hearts that I'm feeling comfortable about with. But I'm not going to do that because we need to go over and see Stylesavvysella. I do not beg for anything, ladies. I'll never beg you. But I will implore you to go ahead and follow our different hosts. If you get to Lisa Lou's show and she's just too much for you, she's not the jam for your peanut butter, ladies, that's okay. Because I know I'm not everybody's jam. Unfollow her, but at least give her the opportunity to show you what she has, to see her shenanigans, to see what she's bringing to the platform. We owe it to each other to give each other grace and opportunity. I said what I said, right, Jody? So go ahead, ladies. Please go ahead and put and promote yourself. I do not mind. You don't have to ask me to promote yourself. I encourage you to promote yourself. So, ladies, do what? Go ahead and share that out. Share it out. Concrete says, Blondie, I'm next. Coquetta says, I'm next. They're like, we know the routine. So let me pull your flyer up, Coquetta. Coquetta, that is my buddy there. This is her flyer, ladies. Coquetta, Coquetta, Coquetta. She did 100 shows in 100 days, and she sold, ladies, 100 items. And I know that for a fact because I bought the 100th item. I made sure I was on till, what were you on, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? Some ungodly hour. So, Coquetta, thank you for trusting me to be on that train of yours. Ladies, do what? Share it out, share it out. Ladies, please go in right now and change your time to 15 seconds. I appreciate that. You know I do. I love you. I love you. I love you. But if your time hasn't changed, then you're going to be sitting in that tray. All right. Who was next? Who was next on the show? I'm going up, ladies. Concrete. Let me get you next, love. Concrete Rose Boo. Oh, that's a whole lot of words right there. Concrete Rose Boo. Oh, my earphone's about to die, but I think that's okay, ladies, because why? Okay. Sorry, ladies. Okay. Ladies, let me know. Can you still hear me? Heart me if you're able to still hear me. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so this is up next. This is our concrete Rose. Again, I am looking for 6 new ladies for August for the July train. So if you are interested in jumping on the 2 trains on one track, that's my monthly event, Traveling Women Present. Go ahead and tag me in that flyer and let me know you're interested because I need to grab 6 ladies for the month of July, the month of August, and down the road. So welcome in, ladies. Okay, I'm going up the chat. Who was next? Who was next? Sassy Rain is next, ladies. Thank you so much for your patience. Where are you, Sassy? I'm looking. Where are you, Sassy? I saw you for a New York minute. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I may have to do this, Sassy, because I don't want to take up a whole. But ladies, still go in the trays and come back and say done. Ladies, when you see that they put done, make sure you go into the trays and you're following them. So I'm going to start at the top of the list, ladies. I'm just going to hit these flyers so we can get over and see Vanessa. This is our very own Vanessa. I'm going to run her flyer because why? We're going to see her. Vanessa was on the show. She was in the hot seat, ladies. If you want to be in the hot seat, just go ahead and tag me on the flyer and I will put you in. I think I have 1 spot left in July. Miss Prissy, Coquetta, Alina _S Threads has agreed to be on the in the hot seat with me. And we're bringing some exciting topics. We're keeping it real, ladies. They don't know what we're talking about until the morning of the show because I don't want them over there thinking about it and rehearsing it. So, ladies, welcome in. Change your time to 15 seconds for me, please. Okay, so who's up next? I'm going down. Bougie Bogart, come on in, come on in, come on in. She started the Besties train. She was on the Besties train with us on last Thursday. Love it, love it. I love her energy, shenanigans, and she knows how to pivot, ladies. They were like, just bring her in. And she came in ready with the dogs, the outside lawn. It was shenanigans, but we loved it because she had great quality items, ladies. So go ahead and do what? Put a heart on that flyer for me. I see you, Sassy. Sassy is up next, ladies. Sassy was on the train as well. She has specialty items. She actually makes things, ladies, with her own fingers. She does curated things for ladies as well. So, ladies, please do what? Go ahead and put a heart on it, share it out. Sassy has won a lot of my giveaways. I don't know what Sassy doing, but she's a winner, ladies, right? Even without the giveaway, she's still a winner. So, ladies, go ahead and do what for me? Put a heart on it. This is our very own Blue Jean Queen. I actually promoted her today with this beautiful, it is bare minerals. I really, when I say love, I don't love a lot of things, but this is so good. It's a powder, ladies. She was selling this for $5. It's in the tray, ladies, $5. If you want me to run it for $5, let me know and I will. It's very lightweight. I'm not itching. I have very sensitive skin. I don't do a lot of makeup, but this powder is actually great, ladies. So one Blue Jean Queen, go ahead and put a heart on her flyer and do what, ladies? Share it out, share it out. Okay, ladies, I am on a run. I'm running from the law right now. So that's what I'm doing, hitting all of our wonderful ladies' flyers. Next up is our Park Avenue, our very own Park Avenue is Katie. Ladies, if you haven't been to Katie's show, thank you, Sassy. She's new to doing shows, so we have to support those who are new. So if tag Ms. Monica Fines in the show, she is new. It would be great if you could promote Park Avenue _ threads on your nomination train or J. Marie. You guys tag them. These are ladies who are new sellers and they're just looking for an opportunity to get in the table like Rebecca Bear. So ladies, go ahead. Give her rising stars. Go ahead and tag her so she can consider putting Park Avenue _ threads, even though she hasn't been on my show. I'm a little mad about that, Katie, but that's all right. I do understand. So ladies, go ahead and do what? Put a heart on it. Not a hard. It's not that kind of show. Put a heart on it. Okay, ladies, up next is our Antonia. She is our Tony in these streets. So, ladies, please go ahead and put a heart on that as well. She is having her show right now. So you need to open up 5 apps so you can go visit Stylesavvysella and Antonio, right, for a good time. I'm going down the trade, ladies. If you're green, you will be seen. I am Platinum Shopper. You are on the platform next. Ladies, this is our very own Platinum Shopper. I know I'm talking fast because we're trying to get through it. Platinum Shopper, she is a tall, cool glass of wine, not water. She is wine because, baby, she is fine. If you don't know Platinum Shopper, then who do you know? She has a great selection of size 11, 10, 11, and 12 size women's shoes. She's also over there on the other streets, the WN streets, and she has quality items. She does a blue jean show as well. See, I know what's happening in these streets, ladies, because I'm in these streets way too much. Go ahead and follow Platinum Shopper. Platinum, when is your next show? Let us know. Let us know. And she's been on the fashion show in the sky. She's been on the Monday Money Ball. She's been on the midnight train to Georgia. I have not had her yet on the trolley, and I'm bringing something new to the platform for the trolley ladies. So stay tuned. I am looking for ladies on the trolley to do a special thing with me. So ladies, I need you to hit those flyers and be on the lookout for the new thing that's coming with the trolley. Okay, ladies, I'm going down the chat. I am going to hit this one. This is the Chatty Chatty Choo Choo. I am on the Chatty Chatty Choo Choo tomorrow. Lisa Lou. Ladies, if you're on the Chatty Chatty Choo Choo, I love saying that. The Chatty Chatty Choo Choo, go ahead and say me in the chat so the ladies will know. They can go to your closet, bookmark their show. So the Chatty Chatty Choo Choo tomorrow. I'm there at 12 o'clock. Lisa Lou is on the Chatty Chatty Choo Choo. Irish Mom is on the Chatty Chatty Choo Choo. Of course, I think, yes, Galatea's on the chat. You don't want to miss Galatea because she is a whole hot mess, ladies. Lazy Dog, Chatty Chatty Choo Choo. So, ladies, please join us tomorrow. The kickoff show starts at 8 a.m. On the platform, Eastern Standard Time. So, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, ladies, I appreciate you hanging out with me because we're here for a good time, not a long time. I say that all the time. I said what I said, right, Jody Marino? Okay, ladies, I'm going down. If you are green, you will be seen. I talked about this. Concrete, I hit you. I'm going to hit Jay Newburn. I know she's at work because some of us have to work, ladies, right? Okay, some of you have to work. She's at work now, but if you don't know Jay, beautiful spirit, and she talks a lot too, right? But she has great items. She's so She has an inclusive community. And she's running around her shop looking for sizes for you ladies, right? She's running all over the place. Jay Newburn is featured in 2 trains this month. She is going to be on what's her name? Celeste Treasure's train, and she's also on the Collective train. So the Collective is a new train experience, ladies. They put this together, and what's different about the Collective is it's not just a train that just choo-choos down. They're bringing sellers on to talk about things that are important. It's about her, becoming her, ladies. KRS, Beamer Girl, Thrift with Bell, and Ronnie's Rack, they put together this collective, and it's rolling out on 6/28, the same day that we're rolling out the 2 trains on 1 track. But ladies, that's okay. We can all roll together. We can be in these posh streets together. So welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. So let's keep going. Miss B, did you put your flyer in the tray? I did not see it. Ladies, have I missed anyone? Raquel, because I know if I didn't hit Raquel's flyer, she probably texting me right now. Blondie, you didn't hit my flyer. Her and Miss Prissy, you didn't hit my flyer. So you can best believe I don't do nothing else before I end this show. I'm going to let you know about these 2 ladies. So this is Raquel Diva Deals. And I'm not going to hit you because I'm not. I am Diva Deals. Go ahead and put your flyer in the tray because I did not see it, but I have been talking you up, Diva Deals, for you, 861. And ladies, she is dragging me all in these posh streets like a bald-headed stepchild. She is whooping my fan off. We have a contest going. And ladies, when I tell you I won the first one, but she was like, not again, Blondie, right? So I am in a fierce competition with Diva Deals for you, 861. She keeps me grounded. Ladies, find someone who is going to keep you grounded, that is going to push you forward, motivate you, right? Not just be along to get along, but she is a motivator, ladies. So this is our very own Raquel. She specializes in plus sizes, the curvy. I wish I had a curve right here, ladies. If I had a curve right there, I would walk around like this all the time. I would be like, "Ooh, that looks so good. Hey, baby, how you doing?" If I had one of those, ladies. So welcome in, welcome in. Me and my shenanigans, right? So go ahead and follow Raquel. Miss Prissy, I know you're here. Let me find her. Raquel has her flyer going for 30 whole seconds. How dare her? Okay, Miss Prissy, you're up next. Come to the front of the room. This is Miss Prissy's flyer. Miss Prissy held on with me last night. Ladies, I got down to like 6 people in the room. And Miss Prissy was like, I'm here, Blondie. And she was my only buyer. And you know what? I appreciate even one sale. I appreciate when I don't get any sales, but I would like to have at least one sale. And she stood in there. She was with me until the very end. So Miss Prissy, I really, really appreciate that because you know, Platinum, when we don't get any sales, right? Sometimes you're a little down about it, but I kept going forward. And Miss Prissy was like, I'm here, Blondie. I'm here, Blondie. I'm here, Blondie. So I really, really appreciate that because sometimes you just need someone to be in the chat, chatting it up for you. So welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Diva, I'm going to pull your flyer. I'm going to the tray one more time. Miss B, I see you. I see you, Diva. Oh, Nurse Aurora, I see you. Oh, I see you, Miss Monica Fines. If you have a flyer in the tray, this is the last time, ladies, then we have to go. We got to go, ladies. This is our very own Miss Prissy. She had a fabulous show, ladies. She was rated by Lauren, you know, the CEO's son, who had, I don't know, 15,000 people. She was rated. And ladies, sometimes you need to know how to pivot. I've seen ladies get rated and they don't know what to do. They're standing there. They go from 5 people in the show to 50 people and they stand there. Ladies, I understand the emotions are high. Don't spend 15 minutes crying. Spend 15 minutes running your rack. When those people hit your closet and you see you have a rate and you see that number start running up, ladies, don't start talking about who you are, this, that, and the third, and all of that. Save your emotions for after the show. Run your rack. And that's exactly what Miss Prissy did. She started showing us wait a minute, she was showing us pieces we didn't see before the raid got there. All her fire pieces, one piece after the next. I was like, I'm not even gonna be able to get in on this thing. And she did that thing. Then she transferred to Savvy. Savvy got some new buyers, some new sellers. And then what did Savvy do? She transferred to Nurse Aurora, right? More buyers, more new eyes on her closet. And then she transferred over to Wardrobe Pop. I think that's how it was. But that's what we did. We transferred until we couldn't transfer no more, ladies. We were on to like 3 in the morning. So welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I appreciate you being here for my podcast reboot, keeping it real, taking it to the street. That's what we're doing. So, ladies, let me get the next person. This is our very own Miss B. Miss B, this is what I'm going to say to you. And I know you're going to be like, Blondie, I can't believe you said that. Believe it. Ladies, Miss B has a fabulous closet, but she needs us. Ladies, if you are in the chat right now and you know you've been in a situation when you need us to support you, Miss B needs you. I've been in her show. She's had like 7 people running fabulous things. Right now, ladies, go ahead and put a heart on her flyer. Go to her show. She needs us. There are times when we get down, like we talked with Vanessa. Do we keep going? Do I just give it all away to Goodwill? And we just, woe is me. Ladies, Miss B, I said what I said. She needs us to support her. Miss B, when is your next, when are you having your next show? Let's go in and let's raid Miss B. She was doing $45 boxes. She had hundreds of dollars worth of items in a $45 box. I was like, I can't even get in. I'm glad I'm not following her. So, ladies, Miss B needs you. Let's go ahead and share out her flyer. Right now, ladies, everyone under the sound of my voice, go in right now. I know I'm talking about it like she's not here. Go in her closet right now, ladies, and share out 20 items. Ladies, I know we can do it. Just go in there, hit the little button, share. That's all. We can do it real easy. Share out. If everybody in this chat, is 30 people in this chat. If 30 people right now, if you don't be selfish, take your selfish hat off, take your I hat off, take your me hat off, and let's help Miss B. Go to her closet, everybody, and just share out 20 of her items. You don't know what that means to a seller to go in all of a sudden and you see that all these people have shared out your closet, ladies, are promoting you. Ladies, it means so very much to each and every one of us, even little old me. So, ladies, do this thing for me. Please go to Miss B's closet because we don't want her to stop. We don't want to look up and she's gone. We don't want her to disappear, to fade into the background. She needs us to support her. So, ladies, I am imploring you. I'm almost begging you, ladies. You know I don't like to beg nobody for nothing. To go in and let's support Miss B. Let's go to her closet, click on click on her show, bookmark her show, and go in and show her some love, ladies, because that is what building a community means. Sharing love for those that are just like, I'm lost in the sauce, baby. I'm lost. Help her out, ladies. All right, Miss B, I did that. I did that, Miss B. I did that thing. I know you're going to be like, Blondie, I didn't tell you to do that thing. I did it anyway. Next up, ladies, this is our very own Diva Deals for UA61. I'm partnering with her this month, June 28th. 2 trains on 1 track. We're taking 2 trains off the track. We're bringing it together, and we have found 12 new sellers, ladies. That is the object of this train to have. It's not the same sellers you see every time. It is. I had to find 6 new people that I didn't know to bring to the show. Diva Deals, she found 6 people who have never been on her train. So if I didn't tap you on the shoulder and you're like, well, Blondie, I can't believe you didn't tap me. Diva Deals, I can't believe you didn't tap me, because the object of this train, one of them, is to bring new people we've never had the experience of being on the trains with us. So, ladies, go ahead and put a like on her flyer. Okay, you haven't done that? No worries, no worries. She hasn't, no flyer yet. But you schedule your show, Miss B. That's another thing, ladies. Schedule your show. So if you get caught here in an opportunity moment, you're ready, right? So go ahead and schedule your show, Miss B, so the ladies can do what? Join you. All right, ladies, the last flyer I'm going to run. This is Miss Monica Fines, a nomination train. Rising Stars. J. Marie has the nomination train. The Rising Stars, ladies, she brings ladies on. If you've been on the Rising Star, Nurse Aurora, Coquetta has been on the Rising Star. I believe Alina was on the nomination train. One of those. But ladies, go ahead and tag her and look at her rules, because she has some requirements for being on her train. So look on the requirements list and do what, ladies? Share it out, because even someone with that many likes on their flyer, they can always use one more like on their flyer. All right, ladies, did I capture everybody? Help a sister out. Help a sister out. Did I capture everybody? I want to add one more listing to my closet, which I don't do this very often, ladies. Making sure. Hold on, ladies. Don't stay with me, ladies. We have more to go. Let me add this one more listing to my tray. Stay with me, ladies. Heart me, heart me, heart me, heart me. My closet. Then I need to go into categories. Hold on, ladies. Because every now and then I promote myself. It's not too often, but every now and then. So, ladies, I make natural hair products. Okay, I make natural hair products. Ladies, if you use my natural hair products, go ahead and put it in the chat that you use them so the ladies can know that I'm the real deal Holyfield. I run these on the show, ladies, for just $12 and I eat your shipping. So I'm not making a whole lot of money. The little money that I make, ladies, I just put it back into the product. But this is all my natural hair. My natural hair is here for real, for real. And if you don't believe me, go onto my gram and you'll see me shaking all of it, running my hands through it. So I've been making my own natural hair products, ladies, for going on 6 years. And this is how you can support me. So if you've been enjoying the podcast, right, and you've been here listening to the music, getting all this information, this is how you help me, right, without me having to ask you to help me. Grab a product, ladies. I think I only have 5 left because Miss Prissy bought a lot from me. And then Silent Victory, she bought a lot. Jada, I'm just name dropping, right? So this is my product, ladies. It's $12, but I pay your shipping and you get a chance to see the product. So, ladies, if you want to help a sister out, you're enjoying the podcast. This allows me the opportunity to keep bringing the sellers on, to keep spending 4 or 5 hours promoting your shows, to keep doing the trains when I'm not even on the trains, helping the hosts that are running the trains, helping the hosts that have their own products, helping the hosts that do share shows, buying a product in their closet. It helps us out. Again, ladies, if you don't get it, that's okay. I do understand. Because maybe you're like, well, Blondie, I only have $9.95. I can't help you with $9.95. When you get your $12 and I pay for your shipping because it's only $6, ladies, that is how I support you. Okay, Posh, I think the hair products, oh, I cannot wait for you to try them. Are you going to love them? They're all natural, ladies. That's what we talk about on the cooking show. All natural products. Read the ingredients. There are no preservatives, no chemicals in it. It's all shea butter based. I have 8 to 11 essential oils, depending upon which one you get. 8 to 11 essential oils. It's good for detangling because I have aloe vera in it, glycerin is in it, ginger, tea tree, lemongrass, yin yang is in there. I use coconut oil, all those great products to stimulate hair growth. Healthy scalp, healthy hair, ladies. Okay, you're like, well, Blondie, we don't care nothing about that. We don't want none of that stuff. So what are we going to do? We are going to transfer on over to Vanessa, but they are there, ladies. I run them on the show. I will run them on the cooking show as well for the $12 with the free shipping. All right, ladies, I've enjoyed you. I've had such a good time. We are now going to go over and see our very own Savvy. Let me bring a flyer up just in case I mess her name up all the time, ladies. Did I run everybody's flyer? Ladies, if I did not, charge it to my brain, not my heart, and let me know before I go ahead and do the last one. This is my flyer, ladies. Put a heart on it and share it out. Share out all the flyers. If it's not red, ladies, then it's dead. Make sure all the flyers are red. Go and visit the sellers. The following, please follow me. You can follow me. You'll know when I'm notified when I come on. And you also will be notified when I drop new products in the tray. Whoo, ladies, that was a whole mouthful. Okay, nurse. Oh, you know what? Thank you, nurse. Oh, God, I didn't mean to do that. You're right, Aurora. Aurora is our photographer. She's been on the platform for 4 months, ladies, and you think Aurora's been on this platform for years. She is busting the door open. She says, oh, there's a ceiling. She kicking that ceiling up, kicking it open, ladies. So let me go ahead and run my nurse Aurora's flyer because she keeps a sister together. Aurora, there it is, ladies. Thank you so much, Aurora. I do not have a problem with you calling me out. So, ladies, go ahead and put a heart on her flyer as well. She said, what? Right. She's like, oh, it's a ceiling. I thought that was the sky. And if you try to put a ceiling on her, she's like, boom, just like that. So, ladies, make sure you come to Nurse Aurora's show. She's usually on it in the evening time and just see the fabulous items that she has and just her great personality. She's such a giving person. She's always promoting as well, right? All right, ladies, that is it for me. So we are going over to see our very own who? We're going over to see Vanessa. Ladies, I have enjoyed having you here. I've enjoyed you being here with me. Where is she at? I will be back tomorrow on the Chatty Chatty Choo Choo. Hit those 3 dots, ladies. Bookmark my show. Then I'll be back for our cookie show. We're going to do, and I think it's pronounced antepasta. That's how I pronounce it, because you know I'm part Italian, right? So we're going to do vegan pizza tomorrow, ladies. So grab your ingredients, or just grab a cocktail, grab your coffee, and just come on in and learn something new. Vegan living. That's what I'm promoting. Building relationships one bite at a time. Music and food brings us together, ladies. All right, let's get ready to go, ladies. Come on in, next girl. Hold hands, everyone. Hold hands, hold hands. We're going over to see our very own Style Savvy sellers at Styles. 1S, 2B's, 2L's. She using all the freaking consonants. So, ladies, I thank you. I appreciate you being here. Come back and see me next Wednesday. I will have Coqueta on the hot seat with me. And if you want to be on the podcast, you know what to do, ladies. Find me. So I'm going to end with this, ladies, as I always do. I end all my shows with this one saying. If you know what the saying is, ladies, drop it in the chat. That lets me know that you have been here with me from day one. Drop it in the chat. What is my ending saying? What do I say before we end all the shows? Savvy. I need to spell this right. Is it savvy or she styles? Nope, that's all wrong. That's all wrong. So she is Styles first. Stylesavvy. There she is. Okay, I found it. So, ladies, I'd like to leave you with this. Yes, Paris. Thank you, Paris. And Paris has only been with me for about a month. If no one has told you today, thank you, Miss Prissy. If no one has told you today that they love you, ladies, guess what? I love you. And guess what? There's not a damn thing you can do about it. It is easier to love people than to love things, because why? Things fade away. But ladies, our spirits and who we are, they last forever. So if no one has told you today that they love you, ladies, I love you, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Thank you for being here with me, and I will see you on the other side. Let's go in and drop some mics. Drop some mics for our featured guest, Savvy Styles Seller, who is our very own Vanessa, ladies. I'll see you on the other side. Enjoy your day, and remember, love somebody.
Well, hello, friends. Welcome in. Hello. Hello, Blondie. Hello, everybody. Good to see you again. Hello, Diva Deals. Hi. Welcome in. Hello, Miss Prissy. How are you? Good to see you.
Hello, Byreed. Hello, you guys. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.